Imagine slashing your rent in half, owning a home for less than a down payment in California, or living where gas, groceries, and taxes don't drain your paycheck. Sounds too good to be true? How are people paying just $850 in rent or buying houses for under $180,000? In this video, we're diving into the 10 most cheapest states in America where cost of living is low, quality of life is high, and your money finally makes sense. These aren't just budget picks, they're dream lifestyles on a dime. Think again. In these 10 states, the American dream is actually still alive, and it's cheaper than you ever imagined. Number 10. Indiana. Indiana might not always grab headlines, but in 2025, it's quietly becoming a go-to state for people who want affordability without sacrificing comfort. First off, let's talk numbers. Indiana's cost of living index is around 91, compared to the national average of 100. That means Hoosiers are spending roughly 9% less than most Americans on everyday expenses, like groceries, housing, and healthcare. That's money back in your wallet every single month. Housing is a real highlight here. The median home price is about $229,000, which is nearly $120,000 cheaper than the US median of $349,000, and if you're renting, even better. Average monthly rent for a two-bedroom apartment sits at just $1,050, while the national average has soared past $1,450. But affordability doesn't mean boring. Cities like Indianapolis offer vibrant sports scenes, great food, and endless outdoor activities without sky-high prices. You've got all four seasons here with warm summers and cozy, snowy winters. And taxes? Pretty manageable. Indiana has a flat state income tax rate of 3.15%, which is way better than states like California at 13.3%. Plus, gas prices and utility bills are among the lowest in the Midwest. What really seals the deal, though, is Indiana's charm. You get a slice of small-town Americana with surprisingly modern perks, walkable downtowns, family-owned diners, and wide-open countryside pair beautifully with reliable internet and expanding infrastructure. And did we mention jobs? Indiana's unemployment rate is just 3.2%, and the state is growing fast in logistics, manufacturing, and tech. So if you're dreaming of more space, lower bills, and a slower pace without feeling stuck in the past, Indiana's calling your name. It's proof you don't need to move to the middle of nowhere to live affordably. Welcome to the crossroads of America. Number 9. West Virginia. If you're hunting for rock-bottom housing prices, wide-open mountain views, and a cost of living that feels like a flashback to the 90s, then West Virginia is calling your name in 2025. This state isn't just affordable, it's ridiculously affordable. The overall cost of living index hovers around 90, which means folks here spend 10% less than the national average on basic needs. But where it really shines is housing. The median home price in West Virginia is around $155,000. Yes, you read that right. That's about $190,000 cheaper than the US average. You could literally buy a home here for what you'd pay for a 30% down payment in California. Renters are in for a treat too, with two-bedroom apartments averaging just $850 a month, while national rent prices hover around $1,500. It's no wonder retirees and remote workers are flocking here. You'll also enjoy ultra-low property taxes, just 0.55%, one of the lowest in the country. Now let's talk nature. West Virginia is nicknamed the Mountain State for a reason. Think Appalachian hiking trails, whitewater rafting, and misty valleys as far as the eye can see. It's not only beautiful, it's peaceful. And yet, despite its quiet vibe, you're never too far from urban essentials thanks to small cities like Charleston and Morgantown, where you'll find healthcare, colleges, and all the basics. Job opportunities are growing too, especially in health services, energy, and remote tech work. And with a low unemployment rate of 3.7%, there's real momentum building. Internet connectivity has even improved dramatically thanks to federal investment in rural broadband. West Virginia isn't flashy, but it offers a real quality of life at a price that feels almost too good to be true. If you're tired of paying too much to live too little, this might just be your dream escape. Number 8. Arkansas. A beautiful southern gem that too many people overlook is Arkansas. In 2025, this state is still one of the top 5 most affordable places to live in the US, with a cost of living index around 89.2. Everything here, from housing to groceries, is cheaper than the national average. But let's focus on the star of the show, housing. The median home price in Arkansas is about $187,000. Compare that to the US average of $349,000, and you're saving a jaw-dropping $162,000 right out of the gate. You could literally buy a home and still have enough left over to furnish it, buy a car, and take a vacation. Rent? Even better. A 2-bedroom apartment averages just $890 a month, nearly 40% cheaper than the national median. Utilities and healthcare are also low, and Arkansas's state income tax maxes out at 4.9%, with recent reforms aiming to bring that down even further. But Arkansas is more than just a bargain. It's breathtaking. You've got the Ozark Mountains, Hot Springs National Park, and Buffalo National River for your weekend escapes. Outdoor lovers are absolutely spoiled here, and yet you're never far from urban convenience. Cities like Little Rock, Fayetteville, and Bentonville offer solid infrastructure, healthcare, and growing job markets, especially in logistics, retail, hello Walmart HQ, and education. Speaking of jobs, the unemployment rate hovers around 3.5%, and there's a big push toward attracting remote workers with cash incentives and housing assistance. In short, Arkansas is a place where you can stretch your dollar, breathe fresh air, and still stay connected. Whether you're a young family, a retiree, or just someone tired of overpriced city life, Arkansas delivers a low-cost, high-comfort lifestyle with more charm than you'd expect. Number 7. Nebraska. Nebraska might surprise you because in 2025, it's quietly become one of the smartest, most affordable places to live in the Midwest. With a cost of living index of around 90.1, Nebraskans spend about 10% less than the national average on basics like food, housing, and transportation. But the real gold mine? Housing affordability. The median home price in Nebraska is about $238,000, and you'll find entire towns where homes go for under $200,000. Compare that to neighboring Colorado, where the median price tops $500,000, and suddenly Nebraska looks like a serious steal. Renters are loving it too. A typical 2-bedroom apartment costs just $960 per month, far below the national average. Combine that with low utility bills, solid public services, and average property taxes of 1.6%, and you've got a setup that's incredibly budget-friendly, especially for families and remote workers. But it's not just cheap, it's stable. Nebraska consistently ranks as one of the states least affected by recessions. The unemployment rate is just 2.5%, one of the lowest in the nation, and the economy is bolstered by agriculture, tech, insurance, and logistics. Cities like Omaha and Lincoln are packed with cultural experiences, parks, and growing job hubs. And for families, Nebraska offers excellent public schools, safe neighborhoods, and short commutes. The weather? You get all 4 seasons with sunny summers and crisp winters. Plus, internet coverage is strong, even in rural areas, so remote workers can thrive here. If you're looking for a place that's affordable, dependable, and genuinely underrated, Nebraska hits all the right notes. It's a state that proves you don't have to give up security or quality of life to live within your means. Nebraska's not flashy, it's just smart living. Number 6. Iowa. Iowa, the quiet powerhouse of affordability in the heart of the Midwest. In 2025, Iowa is making serious waves for folks looking to escape high prices without giving up quality of life. The cost of living index hovers around 89.6, which means Iowans spend more than 10% less than the national average on essentials like housing, groceries, and healthcare. But where Iowa really steals the spotlight is in real estate. The median home price here is about $227,000, a full $120,000 less than the US average of $349,000. And get this, according to Redfin, Iowa gives you more square footage for your money than nearly any other state. Need to rent instead? You're still in luck. A 2-bedroom apartment in Iowa averages about $950 per month, while the national average flirts with $1,500 per month. Property taxes are modest too, and utility bills fall well below those in nearby states. It's a savings trifecta. Now let's shift gears to lifestyle. Iowa is often labeled boring by people who've never been, but locals know the truth. With rolling farmland, peaceful towns, and vibrant cities like Des Moines and Cedar Rapids, Iowa is a hidden gem of art, tech, and culture. Plus, Iowa boasts one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country, around 2.8%. That's thanks to strong industries like insurance, finance, agriculture, and a booming remote work trend. Education, top-notch, commute times, incredibly short, and crime rates, lower than the national average. You also get 4 full seasons, including postcard-perfect falls and mild summers. Iowa may not be loud or flashy, but that's the charm. It's the kind of place where you can own a home, raise a family, and still have money left to live a good life. If you're tired of overpriced coasts, Iowa's got your back and your budget. Number 5. Alabama. Alabama isn't just affordable, it's impressively livable, especially in 2025 when Americans are searching for cost-effective lifestyles without compromising comfort. With a cost of living index at 88.8, Alabama proudly ranks as one of the top 5 cheapest states to live. Everything here, housing, utilities, transportation, and even healthcare, comes in well under national averages. Take housing, for instance. The median home price in Alabama sits around $209,000, a cool $140,000 less than the U.S. median of $349,000. That's not just a deal, it's a whole opportunity. For renters, the story is just as sweet. The average monthly rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in Alabama is roughly $920, which leaves you plenty of breathing room in your budget for groceries, savings, or maybe a weekend road trip to Gulf Shores. Speaking of which, Alabama's natural beauty is a huge bonus. You've got the Appalachian foothills, white sand beaches, and lush forests, all wrapped into one budget-friendly package. Taxes? They're another win. Alabama's state income tax caps at just 5%, and the state has some of the lowest property taxes in the country, averaging around 0.4%. That's less than half of what you'd pay in many northern states. Job seekers, take note, Alabama is growing fast in aerospace, automotive manufacturing, and healthcare. Cities like Huntsville are booming with tech jobs, while Birmingham continues to reinvent itself as a southern startup hub. The unemployment rate floats around 3.1%, and wages are steadily climbing to meet demand. Alabama also offers a slower pace of life, charming small towns, rich culture, and some of the friendliest communities you'll find anywhere. If you're looking for big savings and a warm southern welcome, Alabama might just be the smart move you didn't know you needed. It's not just affordable, it's truly livable. Number 4, Missouri. Missouri is the Midwest's best-kept secret for affordable living in 2025, and once you see the numbers, you'll understand why. This state punches well above its weight when it comes to value. Missouri's cost of living index is around 88.4, meaning residents spend nearly 12% less than the national average on everyday needs. Let's talk housing, because that's where Missouri really shines. The median home price here is about $218,000, which is a whopping $130,000 less than the U.S. average of $349,000. You can actually buy a house in Missouri for less than the price of a studio apartment in New York. If renting is more your style, you're in luck. The average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is only $940 per month, while the national median hovers near $1,500. You're not just saving money, you're buying freedom, peace of mind, and more room to breathe. But affordability doesn't mean you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Cities like Kansas City and St. Louis offer big city amenities, music scenes, professional sports, great restaurants, without the sky-high prices. Missouri is also a dream for road trippers and nature lovers. With the Ozarks, Lake of the Ozarks, and endless state parks, you'll never run out of weekend getaways. Job-wise, Missouri has strong industries in transportation, agriculture, healthcare, and increasingly tech. The unemployment rate sits at a comfortable 3.3%, and the state is investing heavily in infrastructure and workforce development. Taxes, not too shabby, Property taxes are below average at 0.88%, and sales tax varies by region but generally stays manageable. Add in short commutes, great public schools in many areas, and a low crime rate in smaller towns, and you've got a recipe for a well-rounded, affordable lifestyle. Missouri doesn't scream for attention, but it quietly offers one of the most balanced, budget-friendly lives in America today. Number 3. Kansas. If you're looking for wide-open spaces, solid job opportunities, and one of the lowest costs of living in America, Kansas absolutely deserves a spot on your radar in 2025. With a cost of living index around 87.7, Kansas families are saving nearly 13% compared to national averages, and that's before we even get into the housing prices. Ready for this? The median home price in Kansas is just about $202,000, which is $147,000 less than the U.S. average of $349,000. In some towns, especially outside metro areas, you can still find beautiful 3-bedroom homes under $180,000. That's not just affordable, that's life-changing. Renters aren't left out either. The average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment sits around $900 per month, which is almost 40% cheaper than coastal states. Utilities, groceries, and healthcare also rank among the lowest in the country, making Kansas a triple threat when it comes to saving. But here's the kicker: Kansas is quietly cool. Wichita is growing into a tech and aerospace hub, while Overland Park, just outside Kansas City, is frequently ranked among the best places to raise a family in America. There's a strong sense of community, top-rated public schools, and a slower, calmer pace of life that many people crave today. The job market here is solid too. The unemployment rate is sitting around 2.9%, and industries like healthcare, aviation, agriculture, and logistics are all growing. Kansas is one of the most recession-resistant states, offering stability you can count on. Taxes are reasonable, with property taxes averaging 1.29% and a flat income tax system that helps predict expenses. Kansas may not come with ocean views or flashy skyscrapers, but what it offers is far more valuable: financial freedom, community spirit, and a lifestyle that makes sense. For anyone chasing peace of mind without draining their savings, Kansas is calling. Number 2. Oklahoma. In 2025, Oklahoma is proving that you don't need to live on the coast to enjoy a comfortable, affordable lifestyle. This state offers one of the lowest cost of living indexes in the country, just 86.3, meaning Oklahomans spend nearly 14% less on everyday expenses than the average American. But the real winner? Housing. The median home price in Oklahoma is about $190,000, which is $159,000 below the U.S. median of $349,000. That means you could put 20% down on a house in Oklahoma and still pay less than 1 year's rent in San Francisco. And speaking of rent, Oklahoma delivers big here too. A 2-bedroom apartment averages just $880 per month, making it one of the most renter-friendly states around. Property taxes are low at just 0.82%, and even utilities are more affordable thanks to the state's energy production. Oklahoma's major cities like Oklahoma City and Tulsa are gaining momentum. OKC is investing in public transportation and infrastructure, while Tulsa's remote worker incentive program continues to attract new residents who want that big town feel without the price tag. The unemployment rate remains steady at 3.2%, and job sectors like aerospace, energy, and healthcare are expanding rapidly. You'll also find no shortage of lifestyle perks: walkable downtowns, sprawling plains, friendly neighborhoods, and a surprising number of festivals, museums, and live music venues. Plus, with a central U.S. location, travel is a breeze. You're never too far from anywhere. Whether you're a remote worker looking to stretch your income, a young family needing space to grow, or a retiree tired of high costs, Oklahoma hits the sweet spot. It's not just affordable, it's a place where your money works harder and your life feels lighter. Number 1. Mississippi. Mississippi claims the crown as the most affordable state in America in 2025, and the numbers back it up. With a stunningly low cost of living index of 85.3, Mississippi residents are spending nearly 15% less than the national average on everything from housing to groceries to transportation. Let's start with real estate. The median home price in Mississippi is just $167,000, a staggering $182,000 below the national median. That's not just affordable, it's downright unbeatable. You can find full-size family homes under $150,000 and still have room in the budget to renovate or upgrade. For renters, the deal is just as sweet. A two-bedroom apartment rents for an average of $850 per month, making it one of the most budget-friendly places to live in the U.S. And with property taxes at only 0.79%, homeowners enjoy long-term savings that go far beyond the purchase price. Even day-to-day expenses like food, utilities, and healthcare cost significantly less here, helping stretch every dollar further. But Mississippi isn't just cheap. It's also rich in culture and natural beauty. From the blues-filled streets of Clarksdale to the white sand beaches of Gulfport, life here moves at a slower, more soulful pace. You'll find historic small towns, welcoming communities, and stunning landscapes, especially along the Mississippi River and in the Delta region. Jobs are growing too, especially in industries like manufacturing, logistics, and education. The unemployment rate is around 3.5%, and the state offers a variety of incentive programs to attract new businesses and workers. Plus, the mild winters and low traffic make everyday living more pleasant and stress-free. If you want to live large on a modest income, Mississippi delivers in every way. It's the ultimate destination for affordable living with heart, history, and genuine Southern hospitality.